Hello guys. Today I'm sharing with you 5 simple tips on how a hiker, a trekker, a backpacker, or a mountaineer, or really anyone else for that matter, can make the most out of their training sessions. Now the reason why I want to talk about this today is because sometimes the smallest changes to your attitude and to your approach in your training sessions can make a really major difference to the outcome and to your performance in those sessions. And then over the long term, that change and that difference to the outcome can make a massive change to both your enjoyment and your success when you're actually on the trail, because of course that's what we're trying to achieve with all our training, actually transfer onto the trail and into what we love and really make a difference to that. So today I want to share with you 5 really simple tips that anyone can apply which can make this change. So tip number 1 is when you're training, turn your phone off, or at the very least put it on airplane mode. Now this is such a significant tip for anyone doing any types of training, whether you're in the gym doing strength training, whether you're doing interval training, whether you're doing hiking, whether you're doing whatever. Turn your phone off and don't get distracted with it. There's absolutely nothing like an unexpected message, an email, or just scrolling through social media to absolutely destroy the effectiveness of your training session, purely for the fact that you lose your focus, you lose your rhythm, and you get caught up in all these other things going on. And so many of my clients in the past have been attached to their emails during their sessions, and they've just lost all their rhythm going through. Myself, I've gone through phases when I'm doing my strength training, and if I'm sitting around in my rest breaks, I'll scroll through social media, and I know for a fact that automatically just really reduces my output during the sessions. So please, if you are going through any of your sessions, have your phone off, have it on airplane mode, have it on do not disturb, whatever you need to do, but just so you don't get distracted and you can stay focused for the entire session you're working on. Now tip number 2 is get the music pumping. Now there's so much research to show that having music that you enjoy and that gets you excited can significantly improve your performance when you're doing aerobic training and also doing strength training. So highly recommend, if you're doing your strength work, if you're doing your interval work or whatever, get some music going, get it pumping for stuff that you enjoy. Now there's also some evidence to show that music that you actually choose yourself, as opposed to just music that goes on the radio in the gym or the radio anywhere else, is much more beneficial to your performance. So choose something that you thoroughly enjoy. Now I'll say the one training session you don't want to apply this to is probably your hiking. Most people generally enjoy hiking as a bit of time to switch off, so I'm not saying smash the music then, but when you're going into your interval training sessions, when you're doing your strength training sessions, get some music pumping, get yourself in the mood, and really get the most out of that session. Now going off the last tip where I said have your phone off, sometimes this can be a bit tricky when you are listening to music on your phone, so you've just got to figure out some settings in which you're not going to get disturbed with messages, you're not going to get disturbed with social media, but you can still listen to your music. So if you're in that situation, figure it out. Now one thing I love doing personally for myself is when I'm actually training, I'll listen to my old school iPod. You know, that old school thing which I haven't used in any other situation, I still use in my training because I absolutely love it for no distractions. So that's tip number 2, get the music pumping. Now tip number 3, go into your training sessions with intent. Now what I mean about this, before you start a training session, take 30 seconds, take a minute, take 2 minutes to actually think, what are you trying to achieve out of this particular session? What are you trying to get out of it? Are you trying to get stronger? Are you trying to develop your aerobic capacity? Are you trying to get yourself work on your aerobic power so you don't get so huffed and puffed on hills? What are you actually trying to achieve out of this session? And then how is this going to apply to your time on the trail? If you can get that at the top of your mind at the start of the session, instead of just going into your training, just going through the motions, saying, look, I'm just training because this is what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get fit. I'm just trying to get strong. If you can actually go in with intent and know exactly what you're trying to achieve, that is going to be amazing for your output and your performance during that session. That's going to be amazing for your mental performance and just keeping you focused, and long term that's really going to play into your effects on the trail. And when you're going up those hills and you're not huffing and puffing, you can look back and you're like, you know what, all those sessions were worth it. Those specific sessions I did to help here, they were worth it. And long term, that's such a powerful thing. So go into all your training sessions with intent. Now tip number 4 is record everything. Now, this is something we talked about the other day with Glenn, and he had this amazing process of recording absolutely every feeling, every workout he did, whether it was strength, whether it was hiking, how he felt in certain situations, how he felt the next days, and that is absolutely amazing. And this is a conversation I've been having with quite a few clients recently, of just purely recording what you're doing. Just for example, if you're going into your strength sessions, if you've recorded previously what weights you did, what repetitions you did, and you should already know what exercises you did, but if you know this information, you're not going to be wondering and messing around trying to figure out weights when you're coming through your workouts. You're not going to be wasting time, and you're not going to finish the workout wondering, was that better than last time or not? Because you're going to know. Alternatively, if you're doing interval sessions, know exactly how much weight you had in your pack. Know exactly what pace you did. Know exactly how you felt afterwards. Record everything. It is so crucial for improvements over the long term, and it's so beneficial if you can get in the habit of this. Now, recording, you can do this absolutely any way. Like for my clients, I have a training app which all my clients work off, and some of them love recording into there directly what weights you're doing. Alternatively, a lot of my clients love just recording pen and paper, and they hate messing around with the app while they're going. And when it comes into that distraction thing I was talking about before, maybe using a bit more technology might not be the answer, but simply have pen and paper and a little training diary can be just as effective. Whatever works for you in this situation, have a think about recording, whether you just want to record at the very barest details around weight, around speed, or you want to go all the way into detail around how you're feeling, your emotions and all of that. Whatever works for you, but at least record something. And then tip number 5, celebrate the little wins. Now this goes straight into that recording. Anytime you do something in a workout which is better than last time you did it, that is a win. If you've done an exercise and you've done a single extra kilo in that exercise, that's a win, and you should feel proud and you should take a moment to celebrate that for yourself because you're improving. If you've done an interval and you've just done it a little bit quicker, a little bit longer, or you just felt better during it, that's a win. Celebrate that because you really do deserve it. If you've done a hike and you've gotten through it and you're not tired, or your knee's feeling slightly better, or you didn't struggle on that ascent, or whatever it might be, celebrate that. Because over the long term, celebrating the little wins is such an important mental strength strategy, and it's such an incredible thing to do over the long term just to help you through the process and really appreciate not just the outcome at the end, but the actual process as you go through, which is such a powerful thing to get your head around. So there we go, guys. 5 tips to make the most out of your training. Turn your phone off, get the music pumping, go in with intent, record everything you do, and celebrate those little things. Put those into action, and I guarantee it will make a difference to your training sessions, and over the long term that's going to play out into a major difference in your hiking, in your trekking, in your adventuring, and any other type of activity you're doing. So I really hope you have a think about that, see where you can apply it, because I guarantee it will make a difference. So thank you so much for listening today, guys. As always, if you have enjoyed this, if you felt like you got something out of it, I would absolutely love if you can share with another hiker. It really would mean the world to me if you can help spread the love of this podcast, help us reach more hikers and more trekkers, and really make a change in the training industry for adventure athletes. So thank you so much for listening today, guys, and we'll talk to you very soon. Bye.